So hi, what's up? It's your boy Sports Wizard and welcome back to another video of my channel. So today we're going to be doing a basketball video and it's the 10 best players of the 2020 to 2021 season. So I did do one a few months ago before the season ended, but now since the season is well over, in a couple of months a new one begins, I decided I'd do it right now. And before we get into it, guys, for my next tennis video, I won't be doing one for a while because there's not gonna be any major tournaments. But the next one will be Laver Cup. I'll do the prediction on September 23rd or 22nd. 1 or 2 days before Labor Cup actually starts. So if you guys watch my tennis prediction, the next one will be Labor Cup in like 8 or 9 days. So yeah, I mean this is the 10 best players of 2020-2021 season, and I mean these players are all fantastic. And let's get into it. So honorable mentions, we have Anthony Davis, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, and Trae Young. So all of these players, they were close to getting into the top 10, but they were not, they just missed the top 10. I mean, Anthony Davis, he was injured for most of the time. Chris Paul doesn't have good enough stats. Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, and Jason Tatum, and Trae Young, they're pretty good. I mean, Trae Young led his team to the conference finals, but again, these players are just, slightly better. So yeah, let's get into the number 10 spot. So at number 10 we have James Harden. Some people have him higher, but I think number 10 is solid for James Harden this season. His regular season he averaged 24.6 points, 7.9 rebounds, 10.8 assists on 46.6% shooting. Playoffs he averaged 20.2 points, 6.3 rebounds, 8.6 assists, and 47.2% shooting. The Nets went to the conference semifinals and he was also an all-star this season. So yeah, I mean, he was a fantastic player. It wasn't his best season. It was not his best season. But again, KD and Kyrie led their team to the conference semis. He was also an All Star. He missed out of the All NBA. But yeah, I mean, his stats were not fantastic, but they were pretty solid. He was. I think he was top 10 in the MVP voting also, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I mean, he just missed out of the All NBA, but he was still an All Star. So I mean, this is his stats and what basically he accomplished and stats and accolades. Basically, this season he won to the conference semis and he was an all-star. So I mean, let's get into the next person. So now we have LeBron. So before we get into this, if next season LeBron goes and wins a chip and wins Finals MVP, I'm sorry, but I can't really put him higher than 9. People have him 1, people have him 3, but I can't really put LeBron James higher than 9. I mean, this season at least. He averaged 25, 7.7, 7.9 on 51.3% shooting. Playoffs 23.3, 7.28, and 47.4% shooting. Lakers went to the first round. He was an all-star and he made the All-NBA second team. And in my opinion, his stats and his accolades were more impressive than James Harden. Stats-wise, I mean, he was better than James Harden. And I know James Harden made it to the conference semis and LeBron only made it to the first round. But again, James Harden had KD and Kyrie, and LeBron didn't even have Anthony Davis for the whole time. And also, LeBron was an all-star, so was Harden, but, LeBron made an all-NBA team, so that's why I really put LeBron over Harden. But, I mean, LeBron is fantastic, but if he goes and wins, the Finals MVP, next year, I can't really do anything about it, but this year, he 9 is a pretty solid spot for him. And 8 we have Luka Doncic. So I think he was better than LeBron James last season 2021. He averaged 27.78 and 8.6 and 47.9% shooting. Playoffs he was fantastic. He put at 35, 8 and 10 and 49% shooting. The Mavericks went to the first round. He was an all-star and he also made the All-NBA first team. So I mean Luka was fantastic. I mean Luka and this next guy, they're basically a toss-up, you could go anyone. And let's just you up on a number 7. So yeah, it's Dame. It's Dame time. You could really go Luka or Dame. It's not a big difference, but I think I still don't think Luka is quite at the level of Dame. Dame is one of the most clutchest players. But I mean Luka, and Dame. You can go whoever you want, but I think Luka's not there yet. But still, he's very close to Dame, and Dame he averaged 28.8 points, 4.2 rebounds, 7.5 assists, and 45.1% shooting. Dame also did good in the regular season. He averaged 34, 4 and 10 on 46.3% shooting. The Trailblazers went to the first round. He was an all-star and he made the All-NBA second team. Now next at 6 we have Kawhi Leonard. He averaged 24.8 he averaged 24.8 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and 51.2% shooting. Playoffs, he did pretty well. He averaged 37.7, 4.4, and 57.3% shooting. He led the Clippers to the conference finals. He was an All-Star and he made the All-NBA first team. I don't think I can really rank Kawhi any higher than this because I think the people ahead of him are ahead of him. I mean, Kawhi obviously, like, he led his team to the conference finals, and if he had played, who knows, they might have actually beaten the Suns. But I mean, he made the All-NBA first team. He was an All-Star, and he played fantastic. I mean, no fun, but the only reason he probably made All-NBA first was because, I mean, KD wasn't really playing. Otherwise, I think KD, like, if he was playing, he was the better small forward than Kawhi, just throughout, the whole time. But, I mean, Kawhi is a fantastic player. I mean, you could argue he'd be higher, but we'll see. And at number 5, we have Joel Embiid. I mean, some people have Joel Embiid lower. I mean, I respect it, but, like, the things he did this season were fantastic. I mean, people have Kawhi higher, People even have Dame and Luka higher. But, I mean, I'd say, like, Joel Embiid is slightly better. He averaged 28.5, 10.6, and 2.8, and 51.3% shooting. Playoffs 28, 10, and 3, and 51.3% shooting. Also, his 76ers went to the conference semifinals. He was an All-Star. He was in the All-NBA second team, and he was also the MVP runner-up. And personally, in my opinion, I think those are slightly better than Kawhi Leonard's accomplishments. I know Kawhi led his team farther, and I know he was the first team, but again, Embiid was also an All-Star. He probably had better stats, to be honest with you, and also he was the MVP runner-up. So yeah, I mean that's why I have to give it to Embiid by slightly. And at number 4, we have Steph Curry. He was fantastic in the regular season, 5.5 and 5.8 and 48.2% shooting. The Warriors missed the playoffs. He was an All-Star. He made the All-NBA first team, and he was the third place in the MVP voting. So, I mean, all of these other guys, I'm pretty sure all of them made the playoffs. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, the Warriors missed the playoffs. He was an All-Star, and he was the All-NBA first team. Fantastic. And he was third place in the MVP voting. So that's why he's at number 4. And number 3 was KD, Kevin Durant. In the regular season, he averaged 27, 7, and 5 on 53.7% shooting. Playoffs 34, 9, and 4 on 51.4% shooting. Nets went to the conference semifinals, and he was also an All-Star. And yeah, I mean, in the biggest moments, he played really well. But obviously against the Bucks, he couldn't really do anything. Harden was playing on one leg, and Kyrie wasn't even there. So I mean, I put Kevin Durant 3. And the only thing is that he didn't play that much. So if he played more, he might have had better stats, and he might have been in the All-NBA teams. I mean, I think he was a captain for the All-NBA teams, actually. But I'm not 100%, no, I don't know. He was a captain for the All-Star team, sorry. But, maybe if he played more, he might have been in the All-NBA team. But he didn't play that much, so that's why he's at number 3. And let's see who's ahead of him. So, at number 2, we have Nikola Jokic. I mean, people put him at, 5, 6, but I think Jokic deserves to be 2. In the regular season, he averaged 26, 11, and 8 on 56.6% shooting. Playoffs averaged 30, 11, and 5 on 50.9% shooting. The Nuggets went to the conference semifinals. He was an All-Star. He was in the All-NBA first team, and he was also the regular season MVP. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if people say that's not good enough for, at least the top 3. Maybe not number 2. You could put KD higher than him, but, at least the top 3, I think that's good enough, 26 and 10 and 30 and 11, and he was the MVP. He was the All-Star, and he also made the All-NBA first team ahead of Embiid. And I think that's good enough for the number 2 spot. It's not the number 3 spot. And then let's just see the number 1 player. So you guys could have guessed it. It's Giannis Antetokounmpo. So, I mean, he averaged 28, 11, and 6 on 56.9% shooting. Playoffs 30, 13, and 5 on 56.9% shooting. The Bucks won the championship. He was the Finals MVP, and he was the All-Star Game MVP. And he made the All-NBA first team. So he was fantastic, actually. Yeah, I mean, the gap between him and Jokic is actually pretty big. I'm not gonna lie. I think Giannis wins this, by quite a bit. And I just made a tier list just to show you, which players, you can switch around kind of. And in tier 4 we have Harden, LeBron, Luka, and Lillard. So Lillard could be 10. Harden could be 7. But yeah, I mean, I think I mean, they're switchable. If you put like Lillard 10 and like Harden 7, Luka 10, or like LeBron 7 or LeBron 8, like they're switchable. So if you guys are, like, switch them around, it's fine. At least in my opinion, I think those guys are switchable. Tier 3 Kawhi and Embiid, there are only 2 players, but I think you can switch them around. Tier 2 Curry, Durant, and Jokic, you can switch them around. And Tier 1 Giannis, he's in a tier of his own self. I don't think like Curry, Durant, and Jokic really come that close to Giannis and what he did this year. So yeah, guys, this is the video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Guys, thank you so much for 54 subscribers. I really appreciate it. So yeah, guys, like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. I'll see you next time. Peace.